I grew up in Fresno, California. I'm a fourth generation California. And my father was a family lawyer, and my mother was a housewife. And the whole family were Roosevelt Democrats, although my mother was a registered Republican, but she, like everybody in the family, voted for Roosevelt. And I had my great grandfather was a follower of Eugene Debs. That was as close to anything radical, and I never knew about it till I was grown. But the politics were leave it to Beaver. I mean, my people were not racist. Although my grandfather, who was originally from Arkansas, was a racist, but my father and my mother were not. And my father coached a little league team on the west side of Fresno, which was the black side of Fresno. Black people lived on the west side of the tracks and no place else. And I went over one summer and played for him in the West Side Little League. And I was the one of three white people in my Little League. So I got a kind of exposure that most of my peers did not. I had actually experienced life with black people, and most hadn't. And arrived at Stanford University right in 1963. And 2 months after I arrived there, the SNCC came through looking for recruits to go to Mississippi. They had made the decision to invite white students, and as well as the black students who'd been organizing there. And I didn't go at that moment. I was just a freshman. But by the time I was a sophomore, I went. And it was a values proposition. It wasn't about a political belief per se in any ideological sense. It was, do you believe black people ought to be lynched for trying to vote? And the answer to that was obvious. You didn't need a political structure to explain any of it. The issue was whether you were going to be part of the movement of decency and freedom, or whether you were going to be part of the ugliness that life south of the Mason-Dixon line was in those days. And that was an easy choice for me. And in the fall of 1964, I was meeting my girlfriend at Stanford, the student union, to have dinner. She came late and said, "I'm sorry, I was at a meeting. There's a car going to Mississippi tomorrow." And I said, "I'm going." Got up, went and found the guy whose car was going, and got a seat, and told my brother to let my parents know after I'd left. And I went to Mississippi. And 3 days after I got there, I was standing on a street corner in Lambert, Mississippi. And I was there with 3 other civil rights workers. And we were all at where we had our car parked, and the other 3 decided to go to the post office to get some stamps. So I was there by myself by the car. Up pulls a pickup truck with 2 white guys in it. They get out. One's got a shotgun. The other one's got a pistol. One with a shotgun sticks it about 1 inch from my nose and says, "Nigger lover, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Get out of town before I blow your head off." Welcome to Mississippi. That's the way it was. And once you got a taste of it, you could never go back. Suddenly it was clear that there was a whole subset going on in America that we had not known about or not perceived. And now we were woke. And once woke, never unwoke.